Well, hello, Disney Connections and fellow Disney freaks. It's Taco Tuesday.
Hello.
I guess I'll go ahead and introduce the special guest there on the left side of the screen. We'll want to welcome in the better half of Disney Connections. Melanie is in the house.
Camera.
And look who we invited and got to come on the show tonight. But Trace is with us as well tonight. Where we're going to talk Taco Tuesday. We're talking Taco Tuesday. We're going to talk Loki tonight. So pretty excited to be here. Hopefully, y'all are as excited as I am right now. Are y'all as excited as I am?
Us or the people in the chat?
Well, whoever wants to respond at this moment.
I'm excited. I was nervous because I had to put all this together by myself here since you're on location and
right
I'm at home in the studio. So who knows if I turned everything on correctly or not? We'll find out.
You know what? We're here and hanging out,
Yeah.
and we're like 4.5 hours away from each other right now. And so we're just going to get to hang out tonight. And this is kind of like date night. But we're bringing our son along tonight.
Welcome to the date.
That's weird. Okay. Hello.
Trace, are you excited to be here? How long ago, or how long since I asked you to be on the show tonight?
Since the first episode of Taco Tuesday, you've been asking me to be on the show.
All right, you are correct. You are correct. I asked you to be on the show like months ago. And you told me no, but when did I ask you to be on the show tonight to talk about Loki?
Like a minute ago.
about 5 minutes before the show, I was like, you know what? We need a third person on here to give their opinion, and you just happen to be the closest one to the microphone. So you know what? I want to say thank you so much for coming on and hanging out and giving us your expertise. Lauren, what is up? Hey, let's go ahead and bring Lauren into the stream.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry
Lauren.
I'm late.
Hey.
No worries. Thank you so much for stopping by.
No
the more
problem.
experts we have tonight, the better.
Yeah.
Because, man, almighty, oh my, was that a good show or what?
It was.
All right, before we get too far into here, I just want to recognize the people that are in the stream. Give me a second. I think this computer's running a little slower than I'm used to. Random stuff. You're welcome into the stream. Hope your summer is going well. David Felton is in the house. Jason, good evening. Jason, is it hot there in Oregon? Because it was hot here in Dallas. Honey, what was it like over there today?
It was really hot and it was clear and sunny. And I was sitting in the chair and it literally, I had just come in from outside and all of a sudden I hear rain and lightning and thunder. And a storm came through, like 5 minutes and it was gone.
It was real quick.
It was bright and sunny again in 95, 98, something like that.
Wow.
Temperature did not drop much even during the storm.
So hot.
Yeah, I was getting the lightning alerts and thinking about you as you were at home dealing with the storms. The Villain's Princess, Selenurke Hape, welcome into the show tonight. David Felton, you are here as well. David, hopefully, well, we already talked. David got to go see a show in the theater the other day. And Adventures by D is here. Adventures by D, we have got to have you on the show.
Come on in. You want
sometime?
The link?
Yeah, you want the link? You want to talk some Loki? DM, slide into the DMs over there, and Melanie will send you the link, and you can come in tonight. Lauren, welcome in, Lauren.
Tell us about Disney.
What did
oh my
you say?
gosh,
Your Disney trip.
He's gonna spoil it right here. He's spoiling it.
It was
Let me hear
so
it.
good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was so good. I didn't get on web slingers at all. Like I tried for like 3 different times, but I got into the land, into Avengers Campus, and it is amazing in there. You
Oh
know,
my gosh.
there's just there's such an energy about it because they have all of these stunt shows going on all over the place, or shows going all over the place, and you see the characters all over the place, and so you just feel like you're in at an Avengers campus, and it's amazing.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to ride the ride one day, but I know it's going to be there. So that was really good. But I met up with a couple of kiddos and Fran from Fantastic Pins. That was really fun. And
Aren't they awesome?
Yeah, I hung out with them late on my first day, and then pretty much all of Disneyland. We did all of Disneyland. They're such nice people. I love them. Yeah.
I think never mind. Well, wait.
Oh.
Are you telling a secret?
I think I was about to just blow something up, but you know what? I'm going to stop talking right now.
Okay.
Because I can't let no cats out of the bag.
Wait, is it a secret I don't know?
No, it's something you know. I can't remember. I honestly, you know what? Let's just move on.
David wants to know if you caught Loki did you see Loki while you were there?
No, and I heard that they now have him in his TVA jumpsuit. I was so bummed I didn't get to see him while I was there.
I know. I want to see that where he's in his jumpsuit and all of that. That looks like so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Random stuff is wondering why Disney's coming out with stuff when she stopped visiting. So, you know, if you know anything about Walt Disney, he said Disney will never be done. I think, I mean, he says Disneyland, but, you know, I think, you know, adding California Adventure in there and Walt Disney World, it'll always be changing. So, hey, all you got to do is just head back into the park. You're never too old. So.
No. Or too young.
What's that?
Or too young.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
He went the first time when he was 6 months old.
Wow.
And he loved it. Remember?
Oh yeah, vividly.
It's Always Sunny has popped in. Hello. It is Always Sunny.
Brandon, Heidi.
Yeah. And Julie Sanders is in the house. Julie Sanders. Hey, if you're in here and you haven't smashed that like button, smash the like button and invite your friends. We're going to talk some Loki tonight. I'm hoping I got Lauren in here with us, and we brought Trace on board tonight. So we have some Loki experts, but we're looking for those experts in the chat as well. We are going to get to some spoilers. One of those that already come out, the TVA. Ooh, does anybody know about that? So, all right. So just, you know, standard, you know, like we did Marvel, like we did the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision. I'm just interested in your initial reactions. What do y'all think? Let's start up in the upper left corner. Honey, what did you think about the first episode?
Okay, so right off the bat, I'm just going to say this, and I haven't even shared this with you yet, that I was a little concerned. I don't know if concerned is the right word, but I was thinking, how do we not know about this group of people after all of these movies and all of this time, haha, get it, time. How do we not know about them? I feel like this is something that they just created and popped in, and now they're just expecting us all to accept it. I don't know. I'm having a little trouble.
Lauren, Trace, before I get your reactions, the experts here in the room, is the TVA, is that canon? And you know, in the comics?
Yep.
Okay.
I did.
It is from the comics.
Okay.
And they actually kind of, Melody, they kind of address it because Loki says, how is it that I've never heard of you before? And they said,
Mm.
because you've never, you've never messed with the timeline before. So really,
With
and
his timeline.
yeah, with his timeline, with the sacred timeline. So that's, I think, the reason why we haven't heard of it before. It's because nobody really messed with it in a way that wasn't supposed to happen.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
that I
So-
know that it's canon, I will accept it a little bit more readily.
Well, that's one thing that I do love about the Marvel universe is that it's so big and broad.
Mhm.
And they've gone so many different ways throughout the years, and I'm talking years and years. They've gone so many different ways through the comics, and they've restarted, different stories that, when they introduce something like this, somebody like me who didn't read the comics, I go off of what I research and what's in the movies. And someday I'm going to sit down and start reading some comics. But, when something like this happens, I had the same reaction. I'm like, what's this TVA? Where's this coming from? And how's this fitting into, the overall plan? But that's why, yeah, the comic book experts, they're the ones that we want to have in here because that's where we make these connections.
Right.
So
at least I wasn't alone. Jason said the same thing. He said he felt the same way. So, but now that I know, I'm feeling better about it already. I do want to say that, did you all see the pin, the D23 pin that came out? $14.99, I think, which is I thought that was a great price. We will be ordering that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you haven't got your D23 membership, now would be a great time because I think that pin is probably one of my favorite pins right now. So
yeah, that thing was hilarious.
Yeah. The chat is blowing up about Owen Wilson. We haven't seen Owen Wilson in a while. And it was fun. It was fun to see him come back. He is Owen Wilson. And he's creating this character real well, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Classic Wilson, definitely.
Wow.
Trace, what was your initial reactions after last week's episode?
Well, I was excited to see more. For one, I like the way that they've started it. It doesn't seem very confusing to a lot of people, like Mom or you. It seems easy to grasp, despite like you having no prior knowledge on the, But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see more.
I have to say, I think it felt a lot like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier as it started. Just kind of very slow and developing and creating this backstory that's gonna feed the rest of the episodes. And I don't know. Are we talking 6 episodes here? Is this a short series? I think.
Yeah, I think it's 6. No, I think it's 8 episodes.
Is it 8? Okay.
I think so.
All right. Yeah. So Lauren, what was your reaction to this first episode?
I loved it. The thing that I'm loving about these Disney Plus shows are that Marvel is really bringing out their kind of cuckoo concepts. I mean, WandaVision had a really crazy concept. Falcon the Winter Soldier was a little more like their movies, but this one is just so out of, nobody's heard of the time variance authority. And so now they're bringing in this concept of these 3 space lizards who govern the sacred timeline. And I think that is so funny. And I just think Tom Hiddleston, I thought, was amazing in this episode, especially when at the end, when he kind of comes to realizations about himself. I thought that was really great acting. Love Owen Wilson. I just love everything. I loved everything about the first episode.
Yeah, like I said before, when I watched the first episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it was almost like it was in slow motion. Everything was very mellow. We were getting to know a little bit more about Bucky. We were getting know a little bit more about Sam, and I said this in the previous Taco Tuesdays about those shows. Was it's kind of like they're taking these characters that don't get a lot of screen time but play huge roles in the MCU, and we're now giving them a voice, and they're doing the same thing. I mean, Loki, even though his villainous and what he's done, his screen time is really not that much. And we know a little bit about Loki, but I don't know that we really know who he is, like his character deep down. And they're starting to, I mean, they're digging into it. I mean, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. You've been clicking, honey. Go ahead.
I'm confused. So I'm still a little confused about Adventures by D is here. You want to
as soon as I see him, let's get him in here.
Click the button there.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome in, Dave.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate being on.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. What shirt are we wearing tonight?
A little Marvel.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, so since you're here, I'm gonna go ahead. Let's hear what was your initial reaction, just kind of overall of this first episode.
For Loki, I thought the visual was really cool. The aesthetic of the look and the feel of the episode is really good. I actually watched it for a second time because Mrs. Adventures by D hadn't seen it yet this afternoon, and I thought it was a nice aesthetic, and it was good Loki stuff. A little good, a little bad, and you weren't sure kind of if he was going to be a hero or the villain. It was kind of vintage Loki, and I really enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to be honest.
Yeah, I have to agree. You never know which way Loki's going to go.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to turn on Thor this time, or is he going to help save him? And you feel that right through this entire episode. It's like at any time Loki could be Loki and do something miraculous, get out of the bondage and destroy the place. I mean, he goes and gets the Tesseract. Come on now, right? But in the end, I think we're seeing maybe another anti-hero created. Maybe. Just maybe. So
It looks like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just going to say a couple of things that I was confused about was the Infinity Stone scene when
You
he
find
opens.
out they're useless.
Yeah, they open the drawer, and there's all these Infinity Stones. So do the people that work there? They can just pick them up, and it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Which I don't. That just kind of. I don't know. How is that possible?
I think it's because they're not actually real people. They're like constructs created by the sacred the timekeepers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I read it kind of like you're suspended in a different timeline, and I'm not sure where he's at. I'm not giving any spoilers. I'm not sure where he's at, how the time moves yet, but I get the sense if Loki's saying Infinity Stone is useless, to me, right or wrong, I kind of thought, well, maybe time can't move in that exact place where he is. Again, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I found that very surprising too. He was complaining that even an Infinity Stone was useless. Where's the place he was at? TVA,
time variance.
TVA. Thank you.
Yeah. I like this.
That's
It's maybe like time is stopped
Yeah.
in this place. Like there
Yeah.
there is
Well, I was
no.
thinking, since none of the Infinity Stones work, I feel like this place that they're at is outside of the universe. It's not within the universe, so those stones have no power, kind of thing.
Right.
I absolutely agree with Trace.
Well, and they are the time authority. I mean, they're the ones that are manipulating the time with people, you know, that are in their multiverses.
Yeah.
I just, that was a little throw out there. I thought somebody might piggyback off of that.
Oh yeah. Here, this is another great part that I'd forgotten about. The DB Cooper scene.
Oh my gosh.
I totally had forgotten about that. Didn't that happen over Oregon?
Yeah. So when that scene was coming up and he was on the plane, I was like, oh my gosh, I've seen this documentary over and over and over again. And right in the area that we used to live around the Portland area, I mean, there are DB Cooper hunters. There's an island in the Columbia River where the Columbia and the Willamette come to, and they found money there. And so they think that somewhere right in that area. So I thought that was really cool. I recognize it. I don't know if y'all remember when we watched it. I was like, oh my gosh, DB Cooper, before it ever even started. Like,
yeah, I remember.
Very familiar with the documentary, and I thought was a cute inclusion by Marvel.
Right.
Maybe not all the generations will pick that up, but another good Easter egg in there.
Definitely. Right. It was great.
I was trying to remember what other movie. There was another movie that alluded to DB Cooper. I can't remember what it was, but I might think about it in later episodes.
So Courtney is listening. She can't be in the chat right now because she's working, but she said, she just texted me, Courtney had Whitney text me and say, the Infinity Stone scene opens up the future. The future most likely conversations about the multiverse. The Infinity Stones only work in the timeline that they are intended to be in, which is why they can just sit in a drawer and be, I don't know what that says, finagled. I don't know.
Okay, I got some thoughts on it. So what do y'all think? They only
work in the timeline that they're supposed to be in. So when they take them out of their timeline, they lose their power. Which is that why Loki has lost his power? Because they've taken him out of his timeline?
Well, you gotta think Loki's power. All of those the gods' powers are connected to Asgard or their people. So if you remove them from that universe, like I was saying, Asgard is not there. He cannot draw his power from anywhere, so he has no magic.
Interesting.
Now, the only argument I would have against that theory is that in Endgame they take the Infinity Stones out of their timelines. Because Thanos had destroyed the Infinity Stones from that.
No. Right? It's the same timeline. They go back in their own timeline and take the Infinity Stones, and then they bring them to the future. They talk.
Wouldn't that be putting them in a different timeline?
No.
Hulk goes and talks to what's her name?
The ancient one.
Yeah, he goes and talks to her to take the time stone, and she says, when you take this, it's gonna split the timeline, and then Hulk says that we'll just bring it right back immediately to this point.
Put it right back where it was.
Put it right back.
So it's like it never left.
Right. So it's the same timeline, same stones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Courtney said, I'm here. Whitney did not accurately type what I was trying to say. The Villains Princess would like to know who DB Cooper is.
So DB Cooper was a plane hijacker somewhere between Seattle and maybe San Francisco. I can't remember where they landed in California, but so he has a bomb or money or gets money somehow. I don't remember. Dave probably knows the story better than me.
Bank, didn't he?
somehow
robbed the-
gets the money.
He robbed.
Yeah,
You're the
robbed
one
the-
who said you rewatched this documentary over and over and over again. You should know.
I don't know the specifics. I'm terrible.
Dave knows if you let him
I'm a
talk.
big fan. Go ahead, Dave.
No, he supposedly robbed the bank, and then they think he bailed out somewhere in the Northwest, apparently by where he all used to live. Nobody's ever found him. I don't think they've ever found a clue. I think in the documentary they said they found one bag of money that they thought maybe came from him, but other than that, not a trace of anything. He's been on the FBI most wanted list for I don't know how many years now.
Right.
I mean, he could have went right into the Columbia River and drowned. They would have never found him.
Mm.
And then if the money, when he jumped out of the plane, he probably dropped the money, and that's the money they found on the island, and he went into the river. That's my theory.
Possibly. It was a prison movie, I know now. I just still don't remember which movie. Anyway. Oh. All right. So I kind of talked about this in the beginning, but I'm just curious, y'all. What did you think about Owen Wilson? Because I can't remember the last movie, Night at the Museum. What was the last movie Owen Wilson was in? So all of a sudden he's showing back up in Owen Wilson fashion. What do you think?
That's probably something we should have looked up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
What was the last movie he
I
was in?
remember him in Meet the Fockers. And what else? That was the last movie I remember seeing him in. That was a long time ago.
The last of the guy is Cars.
Yeah, Cars
Yeah.
3. He was his Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
He'll always be Lightning McQueen to me. It's
Yeah.
my son's first movie that he could actually sit through, and it took a lot of time. So
Well, there
we
you
saw
go.
that quite a few times, but I thought he was fine. I wasn't sure when I knew he was in it and I saw the trailers if he was going to be more of a distraction, but I thought he was fine and played his part well, and kind of was. He seems like he's on Loki's side so far, from what I could tell. So I think he's trying to help him. But I thought he's fine, and he worked well with Loki in the one episode so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think he works well with him because it's kind of like they obviously took on a more humor oriented kind of feel to this. So I think he was a good choice to bring in because he's often the comic relief.
Right. I got a lot of
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok vibes. It was very comedic.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't super serious until right at the end where it shows I don't know. Can we spoil? It's been a week.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
So when
yeah,
it shows,
this is all spoils.
when
Yeah.
it shows the alternate Loki in a cloak, that was the most serious scene in the entire episode, where he sets fire to the field.
Yes.
Remember? All right.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that Marvel does well is that it knows that they have introduced all of these crazy concepts and they cannot take it too seriously. Otherwise, it's going to be boring. So
Yeah.
the fact that they bring in this humor, I think, is just so fun and really helps these kind of concepts like the TVA be less alarming to people who don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing I feel like I'm almost mad about it. Not really, but I get mad about the fact that they make us like Loki. Like
Mhm.
we feel bad for him and we're just rooting for him. Just make good choices. Just do the right thing. And he always disappoints us. But I don't know how they've been able to do that. He's like the little puppy that you want to rescue and train up or something. I don't
He's a
know.
lovable scamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's what
in
makes
the last
a good villain.
Hmm.
yeah, and the last time I'm rooting for him is at the beginning of Infinity War. Yeah,
Right.
and when he Thanos kills him, and it's like,
Mhm.
wait a minute, he was good and he ended good, and now he's gone, and we don't have him anymore.
Yeah.
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 they give you just enough to like him, and you want to like him, and the script and the way the actor plays him is really well done. So you're rooting for him, and he leaves little sprinkles of goodness, and then right when you think he's totally good for you, that's when he tricks Thor into getting arrested or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that
Oh, go ahead.
when I was watching, this is kind of odd, but this came to mind while I was watching. Of course, I didn't say anything because I'm watching with them, and they would just laugh at me. But when Loki was in front of the judge, I guess she was a judge who was doing the sentencing, and she like looked down when Owen Wilson came. I had a whole Alice in Wonderland vibe. Like just the way that the camera came up on her and she kind of leaned over and looked down. Oh, this is like Alice in Wonderland.
I can see that actually.
Loki in Wonderland.
Yeah, Loki in Wonderland.
I loved that little exchange that they had.
Yeah.
Let's see, what did
Yeah. Dad builds. I feel like even the moment that Loki broke down and opened up to Mobius, he's working his mischief and lies at his best. I mean, when is Loki not scheming and thinking 10 steps ahead? Right?
Exactly.
I mean, he's caught. It's almost like, he's done and he's going to get the wand thing. And then all of a sudden he's out of his chains, putting the collar on the guard, and zapping her through things. I mean, that was pretty good.
Well, think back to Thor Ragnarok. Loki got in good with what's his name? What was it? The
Grandmaster.
Yes.
He got in like his inner circle, but he was trying to work against him so that he could get off planet or take control or something. And then he tried to do the same thing with Thanos. He tried to get into his good side so he could get close enough to kill him. But that's just what Loki does over and over and over again. So now he's getting good with Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
And I imagine as soon as he gets a chance, he's gonna
stab him in the back.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like time shenanigans. The alternate Loki that they're hunting is Loki that we see now. And it's going to be like a big loop.
Time shenanigans.
Oh, what? Oh, that's deep right there.
Folks. Time shenanigans.
Yeah.
Time shenanigans.
That'd be a great t-shirt.
Maybe we'll see Loki that's in the current episode, fighting the Loki from the previous Avenger movies. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I'd like that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so from the comic book experts, then I have to ask, what is the end Loki? Like, where does he go? Do we know? Do we get to see him?
In the comics, he just continues to be Loki. We are going to see him in his comic appropriate costume with the horns and all that. It's exactly out of the comic books. But yeah, in the comics, he just pretty much is always Loki. Always the Loki we know. Very, very popular character in the comics as well.
Okay, so we don't see like in the comics. There's never a definitive good Loki or bad Loki. He doesn't turn to good and join up with the Avengers in any way for real.
It's interesting because sometimes he does. Like there are moments, and this is actually a rumor. I think it's no longer a rumor. Oops, am I gone?
Nope, you're still there.
Okay,
you're good.
But in this series, he's supposed to show up as a woman, a child, and an old man. And
I saw something about that. Yeah.
And in the comics, he at one point he was a child, and he was a member of the Young Avengers, which is interesting because all signs point to them doing a Young Avengers something in the near far future.
Well, I mean, if there's anything, and we've already kind of talked about how the Disney Plus series are very just well thought out, but there's like consistencies. Even though, I mean, obviously we're only in episode 1 of Loki, but between WandaVision and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they were 2 totally different shows that pointed into a specific direction, and we're looking at Phase 4 coming. We're looking at the new characters, the young characters. Haven't talked about this, but Trace, you alluded to it. This time shenanigans, or better known as what? The multiverse, right?
Know. Okay, I guess.
And
sure.
And what's coming out in the next year?
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
Right. So, I think it's very clear what these Disney Plus episodes are doing. They are pointing us into the near future and what's going to come out. Because, somebody, I don't know, this is kind of, I just put the brakes on and took a right turn here. But somebody I was talking to the other day was like, it was Trace, actually. Trace, you were saying this the other day that, what if they stop making the movies as much? Not like, obviously they're not going to stop making the movies, but what if they don't make the movies? I'm like, I don't know if they would do that.
What if the movies become like an extra supplement, and then they focus primarily on doing these Disney Plus shows, and this Disney Plus shows will be like the big story driven series like we've seen, and then the movies will be like the period. That'll be the punctuation. There will be a big movie at the to wrap all that kind of stuff up. It was just a theory, I guess, a fear, because I don't want that to happen. But yeah,
I think the Avengers has done so well, and then the Spider-Man multiverse movie, Spider-Verse movie, did so well. My kids loved it and talked a lot about it. I think that I just see that. I agree with you, Rob. It's going that way. And Trace, trying to have some kind of lead up to some kind of multiverse with all the characters and having a decent written story is key, right? Because you can have all those characters in there and it gets kind of muddled if not everybody doesn't have a purpose. But some of the Avenger movies, and I know some are a little better than others, but for the most part, I think they are pretty well done, and they're all interesting because you get to see every character in some kind of action, some kind of arc.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, okay, so I'm just going to throw this out there. I really don't think Disney created COVID by any means, but I mean, what a shift by Disney, right? What a shift by Disney, because they've brought Marvel to our homes, right? As TV shows to entertain us and to keep us engaged at a time when less people are going to be going to the theaters. Even this year, I think that I want to go to the theater. As soon as I have an opportunity to go to the theater, I'm going, because I miss the popcorn, I miss the atmosphere. But I'm probably not going to go as much.
Yeah.
We're having that exact debate with Black Widow, because everybody's excited in our household about Black Widow, and we're like, we want to go back to the movies. We're all set to go, all vaccinated, etc. So I'm ready to go back, and then some of us are saying, well, it's $30 on Disney Plus. We can sit here in recliners. The popcorn's a lot cheaper, and if you have a decent sound system, a big screen, why don't you just watch it here?
Yeah.
Right.
We've become spoiled in this time of COVID in terms of entertainment now. There was nothing forever, and then all of a sudden now we've got all these programs out, and I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with Black Widow. I'm probably going to watch it in the theater first, and then I'll watch it on Disney Plus.
I mean, that has been an anticipation, and honestly, I'm wondering how they're going to connect it, because I can't see them dropping Black Widow without a connection to somehow to these series. there's got to be something in there. I don't know, what theories you've heard or any information, but I'd be interested what y'all know.
Maybe there'll be an end credit scene where she goes to get shawarma with the last 3 Disney Plus series characters. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just looked up the Disney Plus revenue. So they went from 9.3 billion before we were in lockdown to 16.9 billion.
Wow.
Wow.
Jump.
That was with a B?
Yes.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So they're doing something right then.
Yeah. And they continue to increase even though things are opening up. They've gone, what is this, Trace? A 20% increase, 20 from here, 25% increase just in the past, like, what is it, 4 months?
I don't think either of
Wow.
us are good at math, Mom.
Well, I teach reading.
Can you throw the graph up on screen? Welcome in, Jess Johnson. I've been trying to pay attention to the chat to stay engaged with y'all, but I haven't seen anybody new pop in. If I did, Chrissy Jones, I did see you pop in. Anybody new coming in?
What's another
Go ahead.
7 billion?
What?
Dylan's
Yeah,
Princess,
a little bit.
what's another 7 billion?
If y'all haven't smashed the like button, smash that like button. Let YouTube know we're in here.
I don't know.
I also, anybody that is new to the channel, we've had a pretty big increase in the last week or two, and so I just want to welcome anybody that's new to the channel in the last couple of weeks. Welcome in as well.
Just Jessie sent me a message and said that she screenshot. There's actually 6 episodes of Loki right now. That's all there's going to be.
Oh, 6 episodes.
Okay.
I don't know why they don't make more. That's very upsetting to me.
I know, right?
Well, they want to tell a coherent story. If you stretch it out, it becomes boring.
It's like a mini series.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like mini series, mini movies.
Right.
It probably has something to do with budget. But I also think that this mini series, I think that the format, and like Trace was saying, they're going to be telling the story through these mini series and TV shows. Because think about like the character development, right? And B, the amount of characters that they can put within these shows. Right?
Yeah.
You can't have a movie and develop every character in the movie. There's going to be a focus somewhere. Even in the Avengers, I would say the focus was maybe Cap, Iron Man, maybe.
Mhm.
Right? In all the Avengers movies, that was the focus characters. Everybody else was just supporting cast. So, this allows them to kind of have a roundabout, right? And rotate some characters. Like if they come out with the Young Avengers, how much better would it be to just put it into a TV show, kind of like Flash and what's all those other ones you watch, honey? Those shows where it's just all these characters.
Yeah.
They're what?
Yeah.
They're DC, but I still
but I mean the same format though.
Yeah.
The same format.
But they've been going on. I mean, it's kind of the same format, but they're on 9 seasons. I mean, there are hundreds of episodes of those shows. These seem to be much more confined. Yeah.
Well, you see, when you get to like 9 seasons of a show, the beginning story that you're telling season 1 has been completely changed and altered by season 9.
Mhm.
If you have a mini series with a set number of episodes, you can tell a cohesive story without it being muddled and changed.
And things like Dadbuild says moves faster. It's the opposite of a soap opera where I stopped watching something 15, 20 years ago and I happened to catch an episode
Grey's
and
Anatomy.
the same thing is happening.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
We need some progress. We need to make progress. And I think they do a good job of that. Yes, Vicky, the Green Arrow. I watched that. I love that show.
All right, so I got another question I want to hear from all y'all experts, and that is there any other characters that we saw in episode 1 that we think are significant? Obviously, Owen Wilson's character and Tom, his last name, Loki.
Yeah.
Biddle, what is his last name? Biddleton
I
or
don't know what
something?
Owen Wilson's character's name is. That's the problem. I think that we know they're the main characters, right? But is there anybody else that stuck out that you're like, ooh, they're going to play a significant part in this series?
That's an excellent question.
I don't know. I mean, I liked, I don't know, maybe I liked the judge. I don't know why I liked her so much, but I hope that that she comes back because I really liked her character. I don't even know who that is, but I'm hoping to see her again. I'm not sure why. Maybe as other people might have to come through there because they're messing with the timeline. Maybe other Avengers might be messing with it, even though how they've already messed with it. They explained that was supposed to have happened. I don't know. I think we have some room for other people to mess with the timeline and have to come through there.
I remember like pretty much right after Endgame came out, there was talk about the next big villain was going to be like, I can't remember the name, but it was like a time-based super villain. Like he was coming.
Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah. And so this is definitely, they're setting up the foundation for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Here for a moment says perhaps an Agent Carter sighting. Interesting. That would make me happy.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say one of the Fab 4 or 5 Avengers before the end of the 6th episode, whether that's Cap, Iron Man, or Thor. Thor probably makes the most sense, but potentially Black Widow. I'm thinking through my head which would make the most sense with Loki, but I'm going to say one of those 4 or 5 make some type of cameo or guest appearance, even if it's an end credit scene, maybe.
Yeah.
See, I'm done with those theories because I had those theories in WandaVision and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I was for sure Doctor Strange was coming back in WandaVision, and I was like, there's no way Cap is not coming back. And
you had that
so
theory for WandaVision and for this one. You said, "Oh, Doctor Strange is going to make an appearance."
You think Doctor Strange?
I'm not saying that on air.
You like Doctor Strange.
No, nobody's making an appearance. It's not going to happen.
No more characters.
Apparently, the judge will be seen again in the comics. She has a history with Kang the Conqueror, so I'm excited about that. I hope to see that for sure.
I didn't know, but yeah, Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah. Villains Princess says Captain Marvel. Vicky's Tiggertail says, "Please be Thor."
That would seem the most likely. Thor.
Well, right. So that's definitely not the one that's going to happen. I mean, no, I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to do it again. Nobody's making an appearance. It's all going to be new characters.
Right. Don't want to jinx it.
Right.
Here's another one that you thought, Rob, from WandaVision.
Yeah, I'm David Mephisto for sure.
We had an alert. Hold on, I got to check it. What's a blue alert?
Rob, I think you're on mute.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Are you on mute, Rob? Nope, I can't. We can't hear you. Did you get an alert to your phone too? Maybe it messed with your. Yeah, he got an alert to his phone. It messed with the volume. We'll try to fix that. Here, why don't you go out and come back in? Oh yeah, you have a mute thing on your. Hold on.
I'm glad I've never had streaming issues on my channel ever.
That was fun. There you go. You're back.
Oh,
there
hey,
you are.
every streamer has streamer. Oh, we just switched places. Okay.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, Dave. I don't know. I think I was getting an emergency alert there when I was talking to you, David. I'm not going to say that either because I think I've said Mephisto the last 2 shows, and that hasn't come. So nope, not doing it. I don't know if I said hi to Here for a Moment, but they're Here for a Moment. Appreciate you being here.
I love that name. Here for a Moment. Because then we can always
do
say,
too.
I hope you're not just here for a
I do
moment.
I did it on purpose. Yes, here for a moment. I don't know if you actually looked at that. Oh no, that's a blue alert. There was another alert that came through. I don't know if it came through down in San Antonio area, but up here in the Dallas area, and they described me. It was me. He had a beard, bald head, sunglasses, about my
no.
weight. I was like, oh, that's not
Better
good.
shave your
I'm just gonna
beard.
hang out. It wasn't me, by the way.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Good to know.
You should probably just lay low until they catch the guy.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. Hey, for those of you who didn't hear at the beginning, yeah, I'm here in Dallas for training, and that's why I'm on location out of the studio. And Trace, our son, thank you so much for filling in over there in the studio with Melanie and holding down the Disney Connection fort. Again, I want to welcome in Lauren and Dave to the stream. Lauren from Castles, Capes, and Clones, and Dave over there from Adventures by D. I love it, Dave. This was totally impromptu too. You saw you in the chat. It's like, hey, we should have you in sometime. You know what? We'll send you a link right now. So,
I walk around in Marvel shirts just in case something would happen where I have to get on stream. So that or Disney shirts on call, and
That's
throw
awesome.
it on.
Yes.
perfect.
That's
So,
awesome.
oh, amazing. Well. So obviously we saw at the end of the episode, and here's, this episode, I know, honey, you were feeling this way. It was like at the end of the episode, you thought, okay, that was a cool opening. Let's get into the show. Just because it kind of rolled that way, right? It just kind of rolled
It didn't
very
feel
kind of
long.
slow.
It was a nice,
It was
a
an
nice
hour.
pace.
It was an hour,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, it was gone.
When the credits started rolling, I thought that was the opening of the show. Like I thought, oh, this has all been like pre-story, and now the credits are rolling where they show like who's in it, and now we're going to get into the story. And then it ended, and I said, "Is that it?" And they were like, "Yeah, that's been an hour." I thought, "Oh my gosh, I never would have guessed it. It just went so fast."
You're dead.
That's what I got. That I felt that way with the other two Disney Plus episodes. It's just getting good, especially the first 2 or 3 episodes when they're going to build the arc, and then here comes the credits, like you said, Melanie. It's like it's just getting into the meat, and it's like, oh, gotta wait another week.
Yeah. So it's only a few hours away.
Speaking
right?
of arc, I saw an arc in Tennessee.
Actually, it was in Kentucky. Yes,
Or Kentucky.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, we did recently go to Noah's, a life-size replica of Noah's Ark, which was very interesting. You can check that out on our channel. It's up there. It's called the Ark Encounter in Kentucky. Went there a couple of weeks ago.
It seemed a little
that was fun.
spendy. I was a little surprised by the cost when you were showing like the ticket prices and things. I was a little surprised. I thought, oh my gosh, it seems a little high, but I totally want to go.
It's pricey. It's basically $50 a person, give or take. But I mean, it is mammoth. It's 7 stories tall and a football and a half long. And when you get up close to it, we tried to get some angles to do the video justice. And I'd heard a lot about it. So we were on our way to Kings Island, and we made a special stop and try to capture it on our channel, make it interesting, of course. But, it's something different than a theme park. And we found it interesting. Plus, there was a zoo with live animals behind it as well. So you can check that out. Folks are welcome always to come over to our channel as well as Disney Connections.
Yeah, you can put your if you have the ability in the chat. We don't have any moderators, I don't think, in here right now to put your link in there. But if you want to put it in, I'll try.
I think
I'll see if
Chris is in. Yeah. So I know I'm taking a step out. We're gonna finish it up. I'm gonna get some closing thoughts on the episode here in a minute, but I just want to talk to y'all about your channels a little bit. Dave, real quick, was the Beast running?
Yes, I rode the Beast. It was awesome. Loved it. That's in Kings Island. We did a live stream in Cincinnati, which we try to live stream from the parks. when we have cell signal. It's always kind of touch and go, as you all probably know. But we did do a live stream. I walked around, and that's the park where I grew up. And my kids had never been there, so super enjoyed the Beast. But they also had some cooler steel roller coasters I'd never been on, like Orion and Diamondbacks. And we rode those 2 or 3 or 4 times. That was a great experience. And then recently, we also went to Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana, southern Indiana, about an hour from Louisville. Great park, still family run. They have some awesome world-class wooden roller coasters there. I'd recommend Holiday World as strong as I would recommend Kings Island. It's a little bit out of the way, but worth the drive. So if you come over to Adventures by D, you're going to get some versatility, right? We'll still cover Disney and Universal and Dollywood and Six Flags, but this summer, like a lot of folks, are trying to get out of the house some and travel and see some different parks.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've talked to you about Kings Island. I love Kings Island, and I was living vicariously through you. So I love that park. I might check out the other park, but there's nothing like the Beast. Lauren, what other than you went to DCA, what do you got coming out on your channel there?
What do you think? What
all do you have coming up on your channel?
I've got a lot of the vlogs coming up for my trip, and so that's happening pretty much all this week. Collab with Teacup for One. We're doing a great movie marathon, a collab where we're talking about Fantasia this week, and I'm doing a little doodling along with that. So lots of fun stuff, and then lots of unboxings and hauls and et cetera, et cetera. So that's what we do.
Okay, well, that's awesome. I was definitely living vicariously through you as well, because I was jealous of not being able to get into Adventures campus yet, but we're getting there. Hello, Mom. Welcome in. Oh, it's both moms. Are y'all on location?
They just called
some work.
They just called me, and so I had to mute and say, "We're live."
So definitely, y'all go check out Castlescapes and Clones and Adventures by D, and check out their channels. We're subscribed to both of them. Not gonna force you to subscribe, but it is free, and we endorse their channels. We love their channels. Trace, you got anything going on here? What do you got going on in the next week or so?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know me. Do I have something going on and I've forgotten?
We were hoping.
Oh, okay.
No, I totally appreciate you being here. This has been super fun. We're building Disney connections for the connections with people all over the country. We're represented. We got a triangle going on. Well, almost a triangle. It'd be an obtuse triangle, really, because we got Adventures by D over there in Georgia. We got Lauren over there in California, IA, and we're sitting here. Actually, it'd be a squarish kind of, because I'm in one part of Texas and you're in another. But so. It's fun to bring the children in to the stream here.
You mean this one?
So much fun to have you. Yeah.
This one that you can't.
Honey, what do you got going on the rest of the week? Anything you're gonna get some videos edited and put out for us?
Whatever you tell me to do. I'm just here to serve.
Awesome. Well, I would be editing, but not going to be editing on this computer I have here. So this is now maybe future work computer, but okay. Well,
we've got.
So I just want to get some final thoughts on here. We're going.
I must be delayed.
We got what?
I was just going to say we have a 4th of July box swap coming up, and that's pretty much it for us until we, are done traveling this summer. So 4th of July, and then traveling, and then very end of summer we have our another box swap, but not until I think it's last week of August. So We'll be Taco
Yeah.
Tuesday and Saturday Live and just a couple videos and some unboxing. We have about, I don't know, 8 or 9 Mickey loot boxes on the way that we've
And
ordered.
hopefully, hopefully we'll be getting a little live stream to you from Tombstone. So
Yes.
Ooh.
yeah,
Yes.
that'll
I'm
be
excited.
our on location. So pretty excited about that.
Nice.
All right, so let's
Big
go
Tombstone
ahead and
fan.
Yeah.
really,
Huge Tombstone
Well,
fan.
we-
Oh yeah, I'll be looking forward to that one.
Awesome.
we fell into it. I mean, we like discovered it on accident, and we went one time, and so we're gonna go back and really dive in and try to see what we didn't see the first time. So
Cool.
Yeah.
what do we think? I just want some closing thoughts. What's your closing thoughts? I'm gonna start right down here in the bottom right hand corner. Dave, what do you think about this episode? Where are they going? Any predictions or overall?
Well, okay, I'm going to reel back on my prediction. One of the other characters are going to show up since that's been not successful. But I would say look for Loki to be chasing down Loki in some form or fashion. I would love to see Loki as in different form factors, as we talked earlier. And I think you're going to see maybe some of the more TVA guards involved, maybe in the story arcs. I forgot to say that earlier. They've been kind of involved and they've got a lot of screen time, and I think there's a reason for that. So whether one guard particularly has a story arc, maybe he or she travels through time with Loki. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And Owen Wilson's kind of back at headquarters trying to help them do the different, snafus they may encounter. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay, Lauren, what do you got for us?
I think that we are going to see an older Loki that is going to be pure evil, and that's going to be who the murderer other Loki is. I think we're going to see the other sides of Loki, the female side and the child side. I'm here for it. I'm loving this ride so far, and Marvel has not steered me wrong in the last 2 series. I don't expect them to steer me wrong in this one.
All right, Trace, what do you think?
Every time you ask me a question, my mind goes blank.
This is his debut on a live.
I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Okay, all right, honey. What any predictions? Any where would you like to see it go?
Well, for me, Loki's not someone that I'm very vested into. Like, I feel for him. I like him. I love to hate him. I love to love him. But I don't really know where he's going to go because I don't really feel like, which is odd for me because normally I'm very good at predicting what's going to happen. In
You're
fact,
a reading teacher.
yeah. In fact, Rob is always telling me, why are we sitting here in this house in Texas when we could be millionaires? Because you should be writing this stuff because nothing ever surprises me. And I always tell him what's going to happen. So it's like, why aren't you writing this? But I don't know with Loki. He's kind of a wild card. And I'm hoping to see him be good, but I don't think that's how it's going to end. So I'm not sure. I want to see the judge some more.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah. I'm looking. I don't want to make too many predictions on this series, but I'm very interested and excited to see the more connections that we make because, like we said earlier on in the episode here, they have obviously steered us in some directions, right? They've steered us into Young Avengers. We know that's coming. It's got to be coming. And the multiverse. I mean, those two I think are major concepts. I'm sure there's others that we haven't mentioned tonight, but I want to see what they're going to do. I want to know, with the whole Loki coming out in different forms, is it the Loki that we saw last Wednesday, or is it well, I mean, obviously we saw both of them, but is it the good Loki or bad Loki that has the different forms? That's the question that will be interesting to be answered in the future episodes. And crazy. So so pretty excited. If you're not sure what day it is because it is summer vacation, tomorrow is Wednesday, and Wednesday's the new Friday. So that means episode 2 comes out tomorrow. And if you just happen to be popping in here at the end and you're wondering what we're talking about, we talked about all things Loki tonight. And tomorrow is episode 2. So watch episode 1.
No, Rob, you could just stay up
back and hit us up.
You can just stay up another 2 hours and 24 minutes and see it. There's no reason to go to bed.
Right? Do you see Loki's eyes right in the middle of the screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like a perfect photo. He's staring at us. All right.
I love it. That is true. Oh, she's not sitting next to me, but she's giving me the wrap it up. So, hey, I'm gonna put you all back in the green room for a second. I'm gonna close this out, and then we'll come back in and say goodbye after I shut off the live. So I want to just thank you all again. I want to thank Trace. I know we lost him here right at the end, but I want to thank Trace for coming in. Honey, thanks for turning on the equipment back there in the studio. You did an amazing job. And
thank you.
I love you. I miss you. And I'll be home in a few days. Lauren and Dave, thank you so much for coming in and talking Loki tonight. We'll be back next Tuesday. I don't know from where yet. Might be from the road. Maybe. Honey, I don't know. We'll let you know. We're going to keep up this conversation of Loki and this will be our Taco Tuesday series for the next, I guess, 6 weeks.
It would be fun if we were in Tombstone on Tuesday.
Tombstone Taco Tuesday.
That might
Tombstone Taco Tuesday.
Comment below. What do you think? Thumbs up for that. Okay. All right. I'll bring y'all back in here in just a second. All right, so we got lots of things happening on the channel coming up here. We got travel to California. We're going to be traveling up to Oregon. We're going to meet some YouTuber friends while we're out on the road. So be checking back for those vlogs and live streams. Then later on in July, we're going to be headed over East Coast to Orlando to Walt Disney World, and we'll be live streaming from the park in there. And then we're going to live stream in the park in Universal as well. So if you haven't smashed the like button, if you haven't clicked on the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell for notifications, because who knows when we're going to go live. It could happen any minute, any day, because here we are summer and we got a lot of good stuff and good content. Share this out with your friends. We're getting super close to that 1K. Come visit us on Saturday. I think there's going to be a special guest in there with Melanie for Disney Connections this week. And I don't think I'm going to be stopping by. So come by on Saturday with Melanie and a special guest for our Saturday show for more information about the channel. So thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us, talking Loki. We appreciate you being here on Disney Connections, where we're going to talk about all things Disney. Bye.